welcome back to another smoke sesh. I'm on the side of my house because there's some neighbors in their backyard and I don't want them like hearing me or smelling me. But yeah, I fear that this might not be a fun smoke sesh. I am not feeling the best today. I'm feeling very unlike myself, or rather, I'm feeling the way that I used to. And we'll get into that, but first let me spark this joint, cause fuck, I need it. Also, for any smokers, I don't know if you know this already, but after you roll your joint, get your lighter and kind of go over it quickly, and that's gonna like vacuum suction the joint, and everything is like, it's just gonna be better air flow and stuff. So yeah, just a tip. I'm like really proud of the joints that I roll. I don't know. I like made it a point a couple years ago to learn how to roll one because like I didn't want to seem like a poser. I felt like one, but like it's been so many years that I've been smoking now that like my best friend, she calls me weed wizard. That's just like such an honor to be called that. Today I did pack it with blue lotus flower, rose, rosemary, and lavender, as well as some weed sprinkled in there. Oh yeah, going back to what I was saying. Today I woke up not feeling very well, more so emotionally than anything. Like, there's some days where I just have this like dissatisfaction for everything and for myself. And it's just like out of my control. I guess I'm not really like doing the things that will probably self-regulate me. Like, I put on this YouTuber because I felt like watching him would calm me down or make me feel better. And it did. I was like crying while I was watching it. And he was talking about meditation. And how necessary it is. How much it helps for times like these, right? And I have not meditated because I don't know why, like when I get like this, I just don't make myself feel better. I don't know, like I want to keep I don't know. So I was feeling really bad, and I was going to ignore my aunt because she comes every day. She likes taking my dog for a walk because she doesn't like to go alone, so she takes my dog 'cause she's big. And when she comes back, we usually play a Mexican. It's like Mexican poker. It's called conquian. The three of us, me, her, and my grandpa. But when she had gotten here to pick up Maya, my dog, she was like, I was like pissed off because my little dog like peed and pooped and I had to pick it up. And she was trying to help me. I was getting annoyed that my aunt was trying to help me, but she was just like wasting more of my time. And I felt worse because I know that she was just trying to help. But when I'm like this, I lack patience. And I hate that about myself. I want to be patient. I don't want to be getting like angry over everything, you know? I'm probably gonna start my period or something. But yeah, it's just like, and she was trying to talk to me and I like couldn't focus on what she was saying, and it was annoying me that she was trying to talk to me. And so I decided I wanted to feel better, and I started rolling this joint. And then I was just going to ignore her and not play kumkan, and I was just gonna come out here to smoke this joint instead. And I forced myself to sit down for the game because I wanted to do that for her. I know she enjoys it more when I'm there. And I just wanted to stop being so, I guess, bitter, maybe. And so I played, and I started feeling a lot better. And so, I guess, you know, some advice for you is, like, not to isolate yourself when you're feeling bad, and instead spend time with your family. Yeah, I started laughing, and I didn't think I was in the mood to laugh, but I was. It was nice. And I won a couple times. I felt like the universe was trying to make me feel better too. I don't know if it's like something with, you know, going on in the stars, or it was just my hormones, but I haven't felt this way in like a couple months. And I was planning on taking mushrooms tonight, and I think I still am. I think that's also partly what it is. It's like I'm already in that, I'm already feeling them, maybe. Because mushrooms, they could either make me really, they could either make me feel really good and liberated, or they could make me feel really, really bad. Make me more aware of this like emptiness that just like exists and is like pulling us in. I just got deja vu. That's interesting. That's interesting. But yeah, anyways, I don't want to have a heavy trip, and so I'm hoping this makes me feel better. I hope I see something that makes me feel better. What are my intentions? What do I want out of it? I guess, what I always want, which is liberation. Something I say is that, like, after the shrooms, it's like I go back to the Matrix. Everything that I learned, everything that it broke through just becomes undone, and I like go back to default settings, to factory settings. And I start operating the same way that I've always have. Maybe what I'm feeling is dissatisfaction because I'm already like too comfortable with my routine and with what I'm doing. And my mind, my body, my everything just wants change. I think that's what it is. But I've already been doing so much change. I've been posting these videos, which is a huge accomplishment. But like, I think I'm ready to see a return. I guess I need some like reassurance. This isn't for nothing. And that I'm gonna be okay. Look at how cool my lighter is. Wait. I don't know if you could like tell, but it's like a painted waterfall with like a tree line. I collect lighters. Maybe I am a fire sign. I feel like I have a certain edge to me that it could be Capricorn too. But I think I'm funner than a Capricorn. Because what I'm talking about is that there's like, okay, so there's Western astrology and there's Eastern astrology. Western is newer, Eastern is older. Eastern has been more accurate calculations and accounts for the wobble of the earth, because the earth isn't moving like consistently. It shifts, and then like so do the rest of the planets, you know. And so Western astrology goes by as if all the planets have stayed the same since the day of your birth, kind of thing. It's more personality based also. So I guess that's why it does that, because on this day you were born and this is where all the planets were, so this is who you are. But Eastern astrology is more karmic. So it's not really personality based because we're constantly shifting. So Eastern would be more so what you're growing into. So I was born on a Capricorn sun, and that's Western astrology. But in Eastern astrology, I would be a Sagittarius. because also Eastern astrology is a little bit, Western astrology is a little bit ahead of Eastern astrology. So they say that when I was born, the planets were all actually like this. The sun was actually like this and at this position, and I would be a Sagittarius. And it's just like, it's been years where I've been contemplating this, because I also resonate with Capricorn on some degree, as far as actually, okay. So I resonate with Capricorn because it's also in my Mercury in Eastern astrology, and it's also called a sidereal chart. Look up your sidereal chart, and on cafeastrology.com, and you're gonna get some insight on yourself, and you're gonna be very surprised because of how accurate it is, and it's gonna be a different sign than you're used to. If you're Pisces, you're really an Aquarius, and most of the time, sometimes it doesn't change, so it really depends, but most of the time it'll be the sign before, and it just resonates so much more with me. So I would be a Sagittarius sun, Gemini moon, and Libra rising. My rising would stay the same. And it makes sense because I'm not focused enough to be a Capricorn. I'm not budgety enough to be a Capricorn. And like, my motivation is just like, depends on the day, depends on the hour, which makes sense with my Gemini moon. And then my thirst, my hunger for knowledge. And like, or not even knowledge, more like expansion, more like growth, and like learning, but not so much from not a scholar, no, not an academical type of learning. The only learning that could come from living life, from experiencing life, and from hearing other people's life stories. That's the kind of learning I like to do. And that's so Sagittarius. But my Capricorn Mercury, that makes a lot of sense too, because I think the way I organize things and the way that I communicate is very Capricorn-y, because I think I'm very grounded in the way that I speak, but I think I'm also very, very straightforward and to the point. I mean, that's the point, right? But, that's also Sagittarius, but I think my Capricorn doesn't do it the way a Sagittarius normally does, because if I had a Sagittarius Mercury, I think I would be more blunt and like less caring, I guess, for how my words affect other people, and more fiery probably. But with my Capricorn Mercury, I'm grounded in my speech, so I'm not like rushing through it. I'm not speaking aggressively, but I think I'm trying to hit this like specific part of your soul, and I have to speak in this way in order to do that. See, this is why I like mixing Blue Lotus, and I mean all the other stuff too, that makes nice, but I think it's the Blue Lotus specifically, because I already feel better, I feel more present, I feel enlightened and more connected. And that's what I like, because it like, I like go back to, you know, how I was feeling dissatisfied, and I was very reactive to my environment. And so now I'm like free. Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful flower. These beautiful flowers. Okay. Going back to astrology, because that's fun to talk about all the time. So, okay. So my Western astrology also does kind of make sense, because I guess like I could explain the fact that I'm not focused because I have a Cancer moon in Western astrology. So I'm very feelings based. My motivation comes in waves, and I just have to ride that wave when it comes. But I lack discipline, and I think I'm also like fluid. I think I am very watery, especially because I'm very emotional, and like love is just like my essence and aura. And so, and then I'm also so like, I love like friends and family, like, is so important to me, which is interesting, right? Because I'm not like as close to my family as I'd like to be, but I realize sometimes that I think I'm closer to them than a lot of people, but in different ways. Like maybe I won't get nurturing, but like me and my dad can talk about the Anunnaki. And like my mom and I just like can talk about anything. Usually there's certain topics I have to avoid, but most of the time. And sometimes I play board games with my aunt and my grandpa and my dad if he's in the mood. So anyways, it's just very Cancer-like. And then also things are so important to me, like, and it's the smallest of things, like for example this lighter. And so like, yeah, I just value everything and everyone, or I try my best to. And that's very Cancer moon. And they say that you are your moon sign, because your sun sign is kind of like, I guess, how you navigate the world, and how rising is how others perceive you, but so is the sun sign in a way, because it's just like the essence that you give off to other like people, you know. But but your moon sign is tied to how you feel and how you think, or how you handle your feelings. And that's us, you know. That's like, because we are our, I want to say heart, but because it's tied to our soul. So, you know, if I'm going by Western astrology, I am a Cancer inside, which also kind of makes sense, because I am kind of hermity. Like, it takes so much out of me to go and hang out with people, and I love it so much. Like, I genuinely love it so much, and it always makes me more present, and you know, I have some good laughs. I love to laugh so much. And but most of the time it's like I need to recharge by being at home, and I need to tend to my environment, which is very, it's just me, you know. We tie ourselves so much to these astrological signs, and it does make sense, and we do it because it's fun, you know. I know, but like, I'm going over this dilemma, but this is just like who I am. Why'd I have to put a label on it? Because it also goes with my like Gemini and Sagittarius, so I'm just like, well, because it's just who I am, you know. It makes sense for everything. But anyways, I don't know what I am, but I really like Capricorn, and I really like Sagittarius, and I really like Gemini, and I really like Cancer, and I really like Libra, I really like Aquarius, I really like Pisces. I have a Pisces Mars in Western astrology, which would be an Aquarius Mars in Eastern. But, and like both make sense. It's so hard. I really like the sign Aquarius because they're rebellious in spirit, and they don't like to be told what to do, and they are like, what's it called? What's the word? They are anarchy. They go against the grain. They like to be unique. They actually make a difference. They bring people together. I really like the air signs. In Earth, I only like Capricorn. Or not like, I don't mind when other people are, but I mean like sign-wise and like what they stand for. Like Capricorn just draws my attention the most. And then fire sign, Sagittarius, but Aries intrigues me. I don't know if I'd like it, but it intrigues me. It pulls me in for some reason. And then water signs, I think I like all three, actually. I think I like all three water signs. But I don't know what to talk about anymore. I have a little bit of the joint left, which I think I'm gonna save for a little bit later. I just remembered I'm gonna do shrooms. I think I'm gonna do shrooms and I'm gonna make music. I think that's my intention. I don't know why I'm scared. They say anxiety and excitement feel exactly the same to the body, like it comes from the same place. So maybe it's just excitement that I'm feeling. I'm so glad that I feel better. I'm so glad that I feel better. You know, that's why like we need to use these as tools. Some might call it escapism, but like I just know what's gonna help me in the moment. You know, why am I gonna deprive myself of it just because it seems more acceptable to society? Maybe that's my Aquarius Mars talking. This is fun. I'm kind of like waiting. I have like 2 more minutes to 30, so I'm just trying to think of what to talk about. I so badly. No, I'm gonna save it. Okay, one of the points that I made that I want to bring up again is just when you're not feeling good, spend time with your family. And don't isolate. I know that feels easier, but it's just good for your soul when you have people around you that love you unconditionally. So, do that. Oh, and then, okay, look up your star sign, or sorry, your sidereal chart on cafeastrology.com. Just put sidereal chart, and click the one that's Cafe Astrology. Look that up, and tell me what sign, or tell me what it says about you that like is like surprisingly accurate, and what signs are they? Because I love talking about astrology, and that's such a girl thing to like to talk about, but I don't care. It's so fun, and I'm so grateful that like all of my friends are into it too, because it's so fun. So look that up, and get back to me. All right, I love you. Thank you for sticking around, and God loves you. The universe loves you. Your family loves you. Spend time with your family. So love yourself today.